Caution, free, IriS, light, mine, flash, J-Doll, easy play, anytime, stop, nada, much. Slayer's Boxer, C, Bisu, Savior, 16 of the most powerful StarCraft gamers in the world. LG, Intel Katrina, Com TV, Star Invitational.
We're back. There we see the infamous Berserker, also known as IriS, just recently changing his name due to the fact that he's been nicknamed the Berserker by the Korean fan community. Bisu at the north. Bisu will absolutely have an advantage on this map. This map favors Protoss against Terran. Carriers are ridiculous. Just out of control. But at the same time, Bisu did beat Light, I believe, in his group using Arbiters, really proving that, hey, he can do just about whatever he wants to be Terrans on this map. One thing about this map is that the very structure of it is so difficult for Terrans to actually chase down and eliminate carriers that once the carrier numbers begins to build up, it's just almost impossible for Terran to do anything. Especially when you have any type of ground army to back up the carrier army. And it looks like the game started out pretty standard. First thing we want to look for is if Bisu gets the Nexus first or if he gets the Gateway first. Gateway first on this map, going to play it a little bit safer than normal. And a barracks now being constructed. Neither player getting the fast command center or the fast Nexus. But we will probably still see those buildings sooner rather than later. Berserker showing that he really can hold off a powerful, powerful all-in rush by Bisu. I'm fairly sure that Bisu was 99% confident he was going to win once he realized that the Terran didn't wall in. There's a different recovery build you can use where you go one gateway if they do all in. But he got to do the all-in aggressive build. Note the positioning of the Vespian gas geyser only allows for 4 probes to be in there rather than 3 to be the maximum. There is Garimto and Paul. 2 very nice guys. They were casting the previous games. The big question is, how is Bisu going to play this out now that he did not fast Nexus? Now that he did not capitalize on that very strong early advantage that he could have taken. It will be impossible for Protoss to scout exactly what Terran's doing, leaving Bisu in the dark to some extent. This means that Bisu may not be aware of... Well, Bisu has to guess if he really went fast command center, or did he go to factory first? Did he go to starport early even? There's a lot of questions that are probably stirring in Bisu's mind. And stirring very quickly they are, as Bisu may be eliminated if he does not win this. And it looks like here comes the SSCV managing to sneak inside, spotting Dragoon range being upgraded. We'll have to see if Bisu cancels and then transitions into something else, or if he stays strong and follows the course. Oh, man. This is just so exciting, these 2 players. I can't wait. SCV taken out, but Berserkers now realize that there has not been a fast Nexus set up yet. Early add-on. And depot there. The SCV, when he completes, will then make a command center. That's the only logical reason why I can imagine him actually making the depot there. It would have been quicker had he made it next to the minerals, like the other 2. I'm sitting in some kind of weird elevation in this chair. My feet actually don't touch the floor. I feel like I'm like a baby in a high chair or something. But I guess I am the baby here compared to these StarCraft giants. Nexus for Bisu. Now we see the Stargate. So the course will be carriers. However, unlike some of the other games we've seen, he will not be able to get... Well, he did not get Reavers early on, which is normally something you can use to really help back up your carrier army and really help buy time. Now here we see Berserker planting a few mines. We don't want Bisu's Dragoons to run into those, but... Oh! They did run into them. Which means that if the Terran pushes, he will be facing some mushy, squishy Dragoons that are not that high on hit points. And that immediately, Bisu's making the, Berserker's making the armory. Now, that doesn't mean that he knows the carriers are coming yet. Terrans almost always get early army on this map. Because honestly, most of the time, Protoss gets the carriers anyways, but also because it really makes for a strong +1 push mid-game when Protoss tries to get their next expansion. You can set up your army really easily outside the mineral location. The upcoming mineral location. Vulture Bite goes down, so Berserker's still unaware of what's going on. He has a good idea, though, judging by the Dragoon count. And when this academy finishes, scanners will be up. When the scanners are up, the scans go down. Note also that Bisu has positioned his carriers in the place that, well, it's a place that's not that likely for the Terran to scan. It's in between the two nexuses. Normally Terran scan around the nexus. Who knows, though? He may be so prepared for that he may end up scanning that location anyway, since it seems very trendy now for Protosses to do that. It may have even been wiser for Bisu to actually position his Stargates outside of his main to a place that would be even harder to scan. But then again, if he did that, he would also be very vulnerable to having that getting pushed and then losing like a total noob. So who knows? Scouting probe picked off by some Vulture Bikes. Now remember, it looks like Goliaths are already on the way. The range upgrade already being produced. Now, I'm very, very curious to see when is Berserker going to push? What is he waiting for? The sooner he waits, the more danger he's in. Had he pushed maybe like a minute ago, this game might already be over. And here he's going now. He's decided this is the safer moment to do that. Protoss must hold this off. He needs to get at least 2 carriers out before the carriers will be really, really effective. The architecture of the map really favors carriers. They can retreat endlessly, picking off Terran units. 2 starports at the middle left. Oh, this could be a very sexy game. Getting some Wraiths with the cloak ability. Considering that if Bisu is getting carriers this early, and he is, he will not have a Robo Bay, making cloaked Wraiths very powerful. Here he comes now. About to close in. Note the positioning of Bisu's gateways there to hold off an early Vulture Bike rush, but he will lose these gateways. 2 carriers out now, though. 1 gateway down. And Bisu is walling his opponent in with pylons so that he cannot reinforce this. That is pretty damn good. Now moving in here with the carriers. Is it enough, or will he lose his interceptors in the process? Unclear. Picking off at least 1 tank, I think. No, it's not. That last interceptor looked like one lone moth flying over the Terran army, and here we go. It looks like the Vulture Bikes have come in here, now putting on the killing blows. Bisu may lose within a few minutes if he doesn't hold this off. Vulture Bikes taking out a lot of probes. Carrier's on the way to try to help. And here comes... Oh, no! He's going to lose his Nexus, too! This is so bad for Bisu. Angry SCVs destroying the pylon. And Wraith's on the way. Oh, my God. I cannot imagine Bisu winning now. Because when the Wraiths get the cloak, they will not have observers there to spot them. Here he comes, going to take out these tanks. If he's wise, and yes he is, he does not want to let the tanks get back to the probe line, picking up even more probes. The possibility of here comes the vulture bikes, which are faster than the tanks. And this could be the neck-breaking move. And Forge is now being built, but is not what Bisu needs. He needs to get the Robo-Bane. Carriers are already on the way. Bisu, low chances of winning this game, if not no chances of winning this game. Once again, the Vulture Bikes continue to pound any expansion attempts and any opportunities for the Carriers to actually leave and start doing damage. Now picking up this last tank, but Cloak is on the way. Oh, man. Bisu's going to be so pissed. I wonder if we're going to get a shot of his face right when this happens. Right when he's like, what? Okay, here it comes. Oh, man, this is going to be so brutal. He's probably going to leave right when this happens. He realizes now he's going to lose all of his carriers to a couple of Wraiths. Oh, man, that sucks for him. That is so painful. Oh, wow. Incredible game by Berserker. Yeah, he looks pretty pissed about that. Oh, wow. Well played by Berserker. Just so strong. He's so, he really knew how to be aggressive, but then how to follow it up strategically with a different unit mix, which Bisu could not defeat. Really well done. Now we're going to be going on to our fourth game very soon. Bisu has been eliminated. Anytime advancing, Flash advancing, so we have a Terran and a Protoss, and then another Terran, Berserker, taking down the Goliath that is Bisu. So what does that mean? That means that our final game, well, it's going to be a Protoss versus Terran. So far, the number 1 ranked Kespa player has been beaten in an upset. The number 3 ranked Kespa player has been beaten in what would be considered somewhat of an upset. And finally, we have the number 2 player in Kespa coming up. This has been very exciting. Again, this is Nick Tasel's plot.
Hallucinations, such as visions of
Really happy to be casting these games for all of you. I hope you're enjoying them as much as I am. Now, here we go. We're going to have a brief 5-minute break here once we introduce the next monster players, which are coming up soon. There were a lot of screaming fangirls during that last game, screaming particularly so for Berserker and bawling their eyes out for Bisu. Man, really, really great games back there. I just can't reiterate how strong that build, that response build that Berserker did was. I believe Bisu, yes, he's still in the booth right now watching the replay. He was considered to be one of the favorites to win this, and he is now out. Again, Stork versus C up next. Bisu has now left the booth. He does not look very pleased. Still probably very frustrated. I think he might have wanted to go for an early Reaver during that game. Maybe get the Nexus a little bit faster. But I think there's really not that much you can do if you get pushed early on and you one-gated. You just don't have really any options. Especially because Terrans nowadays, they know that the Protoss is going to go for fast carriers right away anyways. Really exciting games here at the GOM TV StarCraft Invitational. A lot of people have been asking if we're going to be getting another caster here. We are looking into that. There will not be any more for this event other than me. But the events turned out to be really successful. I'm excited to give you guys all the numbers. I can't say them just yet. Stork versus C. Stork ranked number 2 in Kesba. C ranked number 5, highest ranked Terran. Ranked higher than Berserker. More like badass Urker. I mean, he's just really proven how strong he can be this game. We are still waiting for this for these next players to enter the presentation. So until then, I will keep rambling like this. Again, this is Nick Tastel's plot. We're down here in Seoul, Korea. I live here. I've seen some people asking that. I have moved here to broadcast StarCraft tournaments. And stay tuned. I'll break.
What do you say?
몇 분 남았어요? 몇 분 남았어요, 성국 씨? 성국 씨?
여기요.